Well, that was fun, but I gotta say it's nice to get some rest and relaxation. Ah! A masked intruder!
What?
Take whatever you want, just please don't rape me.
What?
Okay, that's the way it has to be. If you have to do what you have to do, I understand. It is the way I like. Ha ha!
Critic, it's me, Todd.
Oh, yeah, that's right, the mask thing. What are you doing here?
Remember? We're here to shoot a crossover. I scheduled it with your secretary like a week ago.
Dear Mr. Critic, do not forget about your appointment with Batman.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, you know, my schedule's been so crazy. I barely have time for crossovers.
Hey, don't forget, man, we're doing Pink Floyd's The Wall, 5 minutes.
God, I'm doubting the security in this hotel. It's just that, you know, you review music, and, you know, music's just not really my thing.
Well, I review movies too if they're terrible and they star a famous pop singer. And I have just the movie for us. Michael Jackson's magnum opus, Moonwalker.
Did it.
Cool as ice.
Did it.
Glitter.
You did it.
Seriously? Man, I gotta start watching my own stuff.
Door's over there, Hamburglar.
No, wait! Wiz!
You're a sick fuck with issues.
No, the movie, The Wiz!
Come on now, ease on down the road. Come on, ease on down the road.
In 1973, Broadway rolled out the smash hit musical The Wiz, a new musical version of The Wizard of Oz. And the twist in this case was that the soundtrack was funkier and the cast was all black. It was a smash hit. Black audiences loved it, white audiences loved it, everyone loved it. 5 years later, Motown Records got a hold of the film rights and cast the two biggest singers on its roster, the legendary Diana Ross and the quickly becoming legendary Michael Jackson. Not only that, they loaded it up with all the greatest black performers they could find. Lena Horne, Richard Pryor, that guy from The Match Game, and that goes for the talent behind the camera too. After all, who better to bring black America to the whimsical fantasy-scape of Oz than director of angry social dramas Sidney Lumet, and a screenplay from the guy who brought us the Bat credit card.
Oh God, Schumacher, seriously? Was he put bat nipples on the Tin Man?
Well, come on, it's a great play, it's a great iconic story, who could screw that up?
Schumacher could find a way, everything he touches turns to dick. And that's not a reference to his homosexuality, I think he's just a terrible storyteller.
Well, come on, let's watch the movie. We're off to annoy the critic, nostalgia critic, and... let's watch the movie.
So we open in... Harlem?
Wow, Toto, we really aren't in Kansas anymore. Okay, apparently we see Dorothy's family having a dinner party and singing a song, but Dorothy instead sings a song about how she's scared, and she doesn't know why.
What am I afraid of? Don't know what I'm made of.
Okay, wait, her first song is about being scared? This isn't exactly Somewhere Over the Rainbow, is it?
Something tells me that it's more than I can deal with.
In fact, it's exactly the opposite. That's like if they remade Beauty and the Beast and instead of Be Our Guest, they sung Get the Fuck Out!
Also, she's a kindergarten teacher, but Annie M thinks she should teach high school to make more money.
Now you take that new job and find a place for you and Toto. It's time for you to make a home of your own.
Remember, there's no place like home. Unless you're 24 and you have a job, in which case, move out, you fucking freeloader.
And whatever your fears are, well, they'll be defeated just by facing up to them.
Okay, I'm confused, because I've seen The Wiz. My high school did a production of The Wiz. This is not The Wiz. I don't know what the hell this is. It's been a while, but I'm pretty sure Dorothy was still a little girl, and she definitely lived on a farm in Kansas, not New York. Why change that? Like, what the hell's the difference? Like, to make it appeal to black people? You know there are black farmers, Schumacher, right?
Well, here's something that didn't change. Toto is still the world's most suicidal dog, forcing Dorothy to chase after him. So, of course, then she gets swept away by a tornado in New York during a raging snowstorm.
You know, blizzard tornadoes. Happens all the time in New York, along with the earthquake volcanoes.
Well, you know the drill. She's being swept away to the wonderful world of Oz. Wait a minute. This is Oz? Munchkin Land is a lousy concrete playground?
Yeah, Oz looks kind of crappy. I mean, go back and look at the original. She lands in Oz, the world turns colorful, and there's this amazing new place. But this place looks like Gotham City in Schumacher's Batman movies. Hey, maybe that's where he got the artistic direction for those buildings.
What do we agree on?
No complimenting Joel Schumacher while you're still alive. And here we have this movie's version of the Munchkins, apparently played by the cast of What's Happening. They were turned into graffiti, but were saved when Dorothy recklessly manslaughtered the evil witch that cursed them. So, if you know the original, the plot of this one shouldn't be a surprise. They tell her that she needs to go find the yellow brick road and find the Wiz. Not the wizard, just the Wiz.
So I figured the odds are only the Wiz could cipher how to get you back to which is that place was.
The Wiz? What's a whiz?
Well, I don't want to get too dirty, but there's a reason the yellow brick road is yellow.
Don't whiz on the electric fence.
They sing a song about how great the Wiz is, but, okay, is it just me, or does it sound like this song belongs in Sesame Street?
He's the man, he's the only one who can give your wish right to you. He'll send you back through time by running magic through ya.
Because the Wiz is a person in your neighborhood. In your neighborhood. In your neighborhood.
And I'm sure that he will understand. He's a Wiz and
You know, there's an urban legend that if you look closely in the background, you can actually see Motown's film division committing suicide.
follow the yellow brick road.
The yellow brick road?
Yeah! The yellow brick road!
Okay, so she knows what to do, and now it's time to get the story rolling.
I'm acting just like a baby.
Or stay in the exact same spot and
But-
sing some more.
I'm not sure that I'm aware if I'm up or down.
Not in a hurry to get home, huh? Just going to see the Wiz when you're up and ready for it.
Again, not a slam against his homosexuality.
I'm so amazed at the things that I see here. Don't wanna be afraid. I just don't wanna be here.
Okay, I am really not feeling Diana Ross as Dorothy here. How did they take one of the most glamorous and beautiful women of the 70s and make her look that busted? I guess it doesn't help that she's constantly whimpering and simpering like that. I mean, look at her. It'd be one thing if she were a little girl like she was supposed to be, but she's not. She's clearly a woman in her mid-30s. I wanna go home, I wanna go home. God damn, you're a grown-ass human being. Man the fuck up.
Or, woman the fuck up.
Grow some balls.
Or, parade your vagina.
Put some hair on your chest.
Or, shave your tits.
Also, she can't catch a cab. Social commentary, everyone.
Behold, the magical dreamlike fantasy world of Oz!
I'm not sure how respectful it is to black audiences to make their version of Oz look like complete shit.
It's almost as if Schumacher doesn't do adaptations well.
So, Dorothy comes across a gang of crows. They're apparently taking a break from heckling Dumbo so that they can bother the Scarecrow, played by Michael Jackson, who at this point was still black enough to be in this movie.
Just to take a walk in my garden. Wouldn't that be terrific, fellas?
Walk? You can't walk. Why, you just a straw paper dummy.
His deal is that the crows have destroyed his self-esteem by constantly telling him he's dumb. And also that someday he'll look like this.
Cicero, well, he says, more men are noble by study than by nature.
In this movie, the Scarecrow is also constantly pulling out quotes from his body.
I don't want to see Michael Jackson pull out anything from his body.
You gotta look ready till you get it. Elucidate, reiterate, and syncopate.
Oh, hell yeah. Man, I can't wait to see what dance moves Michael pulls out on this one. He's gonna do like the moonwalk or the Thriller dance.
People keep saying things are gonna change, but they look just like they're staying the same.
Or he could bounce around on that pole. Well, it's a great idea. Take one of the most exciting dancers of our generation and tie him to a pole.
Here's my question. If this Oz is supposed to be like a schizo version of New York, why is there a cornfield?
You know, the 59th Street cornfield, right next to the bridge.
Oh, right.
Dorothy chases off the crows and promises him that the Wiz can get him a brain, so they go off to find him.
Hey, wait! Wait!
Okay, why exactly can't they catch a cab? Because they're black? But everyone's black in this unit. Whatever.
Woo! Come on, Dorothy! Come on!
And that will lead us to the play's best known, best loved, Just all-around best song, Ease On Down the Road. God, I can't wait to see how they do this number.
Ease on down the road. Don't you carry nothing that might be a load. Come on, ease on down the road.
Well, you know the scene in the original movie of Dorothy and her friends skipping down the yellow brick road is just so iconic and amazing, but I've got this great idea about how to improve it. Why don't we film this scene 300 feet away and point the camera at their fucking backs? I don't need to see their faces, just their backs! That's right, no camera motion, just hold it, completely still.
In fact, what are we doing so close to this camera? Why don't we just move to that far corner? Now, this is how you do a review.
You know what, actually? Let's see if we can get it even further away. Further. Further!
Unclose up, you jerk! Unclose up!
Come on, ease on down the road.
They then run across the Tin Man, who in this world is a piece of Coney Island animatronics. He's sad because he's being sat on by his giant fat metal wife. And also he has no heart, which he expresses in song.
What would I do if I could suddenly feel and to know once again that what I feel is real?
Maybe instead of a heart, you should ask the Wiz for a singing voice.
What would I do if I could reach inside of me and to know how it feels to say, I like what I see?
Motown, the legendary R&B record label who had access to some of the greatest black musical talent that's ever existed, cast this role with Nipsey Russell. The fuck?
Once the fastest metal mouth on the Midway. Frozen. Today, a seat cushion for teeny, 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 teeny,
No, we're not doing that!
No.
Slide some oil to me.
What, he gets another song? Yeah, Michael Jackson, the king of pop, gets one solo performance, but Nipsey Russell gets 2 in a row!
This is intolerable!
So then they travel to out front of the Oz New York Library, where...
Say what you wanna, but I'm here to stay.
Christ, another song already? Well, then again, I guess it has been under a minute.
Or I just might knock you down. Line on me, no line.
So, is the Cowardly Lion supposed to be like a pimp? He's got the pimp boots and the fur coat.
I really don't think that's where they're going with that, Todd. Now shut up before you get us in trouble.
Okay, even quivering lower-lip Dorothy figures out that the lion's a wuss, so they add the lion to the group, and they ease on down the road, all the way down into the subway.
But unfortunately, a creepy peddler decides to attack them. Oh my god, this is as scary as an actual New York subway! Mother.
You know, I can't tell if this scene is really creative or especially lazy.
I mean, it's kind of neat that parts of the subway come to life, but then again, it's just parts of the subway coming to life! You just put teeth on garbage cans! What's next? A drawer that eats people?
A drawer! A drawer! Oh my god, a drawer! Drawer!
Okay, so they escape the pointless obstacle, but unfortunately that leads them to the bad part of Oz. Well, a worse part of Oz, that is.
Oh, I'll get you, my pretty.
There's no place like hoes.
Hookers and hotties and babes.
Oh my!
I guess the Donna Summer bad girls here are supposed to be the poppy fields because they make Dorothy and the lion fall asleep, but then the other two rush in to save them.
Please don't be dead. Oh, please don't be dead. Oh, all is lost.
And now, a reprise of the Wiz' show-stopping signature musical number, Teen It, Teen It, Teen It, Teen It, Teen It, Teen It.
You know, it's not any better when you do it.
Teen It, Teen It.
In fact, I dare even say it's a little annoying.
Teen It, Teen It, Teen It, Teen It. Shut up!
The lion feels so bad that he totally botched that one, so Dorothy makes him feel better with, yeah, Big Shot, you're never gonna believe it, another song!
Try it, and try it, and try it. A liar, a liar, I'm a liar.
Hey, wasn't there supposed to be a Wicked Witch somewhere?
Apparently not, because after that, it's smooth sailing for Dorothy and the crew. Make it to the Emerald City, and they get to meet the Wiz.
Okay, now I know The Wizard of Oz is a timeless classic, but you know what will make it even more timeless and more classic?
Shitty disco music.
Okay, this song was not in the play. Hell, a bunch of these songs were not in the play. There's a lot more songs that are missing from the play. Matter of fact, the movie only barely resembles the play. Why do they want to make a film out of the play at all if they didn't like or even understand the play?
I thought it over, and green is dead. Till I changed my mind, the color's red.
I don't even know what this dance number is about. They sing about the trendy color of the moment, then the Wiz changes the color. And they sing about that. I feel like this is a social commentary about something, I just have no idea what the fuck it is!
And while we're ranting, what the hell's with all the wide shots in this movie? Why am I constantly looking at scenes filled with nothing fucking happening? Wide shots are supposed to have a point, damn it! Here it's just like the cameraman was too lazy to walk the camera any closer.
I guess they're there to show off the sets, which are pretty amazing. And by amazing, I mean amazingly big. But unfortunately, they're amazingly fake looking too. They may as well just have filmed this in a McDonald's playland.
Yeah, like, go back and look at Munchkin Land. What the hell's going on back there? They supposed to be in a black hole? What's with the Emerald City? Do these people live anywhere? Or they just stand here on this empty-ass dance floor all day?
This is intolerable!
Well, in one of the scenes from the source material that they managed not to screw up, they meet the Wiz, who tells them that if they want favors from him, they have to go kill the Wicked Witch, who the movie has finally remembered to put in.
The Great Oz has spoken!
Spoilers movie, jeez.
Wow, she's hideous, and she's so evil in this version, she runs a sweatshop in a horrible factory.
Now, when I wake up in the afternoon, which it pleases me to do, don't nobody bring me no bad news. You can't be my best of friends as opposed to paying dues, but don't nobody bring me no bad news.
Actually, this Wicked Witch is a lot of fun. Even her sweatshop seems really into it.
Yeah, I kinda want her to win.
So don't nobody bring me no bad news.
So she finds out about Dorothy and sends out her flying monkeys. The flying monkeys, for the record, are the name of a motorcycle gang in this movie. Why? Because this film is committed to taking every single fantastical element of Oz and flushing it straight down the crapper.
The monkey bikers capture the four of them and bring them into the factory, where, because this is a kid's movie, the witch starts straight up torturing them.
Don't give up the shoes, Dorothy!
Well, that's gruesome.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of wondering how the hell they're gonna get out of this.
It makes me melt! No!
She pulls the fire alarm. That's the solution! Yeah, okay, the original Wicked Witch also got hit by water in her own castle, but it was like a glass or a bucket. It was a small amount. It's not a giant-ass sprinkler system installed friggin' everywhere. One of her own slaves could have taken her out by absentmindedly tossing a cigarette into the garbage or something. Christ, in this highly funded musical, the way to fix the situation is the same way the Energizer Bunny took her out!
Still going. And Dorothy was right there. The Wicked Witch intentionally plopped her right on that spot with the fire alarm in plain view of everyone. And get this, her throne is a giant toilet. God, and I thought the aliens from Signs were stupid.
Everybody look around, 'cause there's a reason to.
I think I'm actually starting to feel this movie. Like, everyone's happy, everyone's dancing, there's a lot of energy. Dinah Ross has finally lost that annoying wibble, wibble, wibble look on her face. Yeah, you know, I'm starting to get into this finally.
What the hell's going on?
I need an adult.
They unzip their own skin and dance around in diapers? Why? Why am I looking at a giant mass of black people wearing loincloths?
Okay, I can only assume Dorothy and everyone leave before the orgy commences in full, and they sneak in the back way into the Wizard's room, where they find out the awful truth. The Wiz is just a stand-up comedian with a well-publicized cocaine problem.
Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Everything they say about me is true. I'm a phony.
And then Superman showed up and he was like...
And he landed right in the middle of this big plantation.
So then Dorothy realizes that they had what they needed all along, and she sings about believing in yourself. And then Glenda the Good Witch finally shows up. Just right the fuck out of nowhere. And then she sings a song about believing in yourself. God, movie, quit dragging it out!
Believe you can float on air. Yes, click your heels 3 times.
Did she pin babies to the wall?
Yep, those are definitely babies. Believe in yourself. Pin babies to the wall. Obviously.
I don't know what's in you. You'll have to find that out for yourself. You'll never find it in the safety of this room. There's a whole world out there. And you'll have to begin by letting people see who you really are.
Wait, actually, now that I think about it, when I ventured out into the world, it was full of killer subways and garbage. You know what? Just stay in here and don't ever leave. It's safe. You got air conditioning. You've got it good.
I'm ready now.
And we move on, finally, to the last musical number, which is, amazingly, the most incompetently staged of them all. It's just Diana Ross staring directly into your soul with nothing but inky blackness behind her background.
When that makes the tall trees bend into leaning, suddenly the snowflakes that fall have a meaning.
God, this is worse than the Diane Carroll bit from the Star Wars Holiday Special. I hope Chewbacca's dad isn't watching it jerking off. You know, how is it that The Wiz brought out 2 Star Wars Holiday Special references in this?
Oh, Auntie M, I had the most awful dream, and you weren't there, and you weren't there. None of you were there. Oh, I'm so glad to be home.
Are you still here? Why haven't you moved out yet?
Well, that was The Wiz. It sucked.
It sucked.
It sucked. This movie was a huge flop at the time, and I can see why. I know there's a lot of people who have fond memories of this movie, but honestly, I thought it was completely awful from beginning to end. They made a bunch of bullshit changes to the original story, and every single one of them is for the worse. Dorothy is awful, the direction is awful, and the story is bogged down by a bunch of draggy, slow musical numbers.
I did like some of the songs, I guess, but for the most part, it just blew. It's lame, it's dated, it's butt ugly, and it makes no goddamn sense. It fails to understand the Wizard of Oz so hard that it doesn't even get the moral right.
Well, Thanks for doing the review.
Absolutely, anytime. Get out.
Oh, okay.
Maybe now I can get some rest and relax friggin'ation.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another Linkara and Nostalgia Critic crossover, where we talk about the Swamp Thing movie.